Hello everyone. So this is Ankur Agarwal, your host for today. So welcome to our channel Triveni Sangam Dialogues. So today we have Rishabh and Aman available with us. So today we are having a discussion on a very trending topic, everything about AI. So AI is coming like next buzzword for everyone. So there is a fear in the market, like there is a job loss. There is a very high predictability of job loss. Even government is also aware, and government and is also involved in doing AI activities and learning about AI. So all these countries. So let's talk about this topic in detail. So you would be aware like Aman is like working in a software MNC, and Rishabh is also has a very good 20 years plus experience in logistics and transformation and innovation domain. So let's welcome both of them and welcome to our show. Let's start begin on this.
And
So
you can speak about yourself, Ankur.
So I'm basically having 14 years plus experience in working in IT company. I'm working into AI domain only. So let's know first from Rishabh. You want to go first?
Uh, I think maybe you can set the context of. You can speak little bit about ChatGPT and AI.
Okay.
I will pitch in.
Okay. So basically, AI is seems to be a very big word, artificial intelligence, which consists of lot of things machine learning is also a part of AI. So 3 years back earlier, what we were thinking for AI was everything like whatever the autonomous thing like automation was also part of AI. Everything when we were talking about anything being done by computer is part of AI. But recently, with the arrival of ChatGPT, OpenAI brought the ChatGPT in picture, and then our technology war begins. OpenAI started ChatGPT 3.5, 4. Then DeepSeek from China is bringing their AI tools. Then Google is also having Gemini. Olama is there. So there are a lot of new tools, which is like when we are while we would be speaking, there might be another tool which would be coming in the market. So ChatGPT is one of the domains under the umbrella of artificial intelligence. So under artificial intelligence, there is one generative AI, which is basically the generative capability of technology. Like how that these AI is working on very huge set of data, and which generative AI is has the capability to have where generative AI is generating based on the content, based on the questions, which is actually using the natural language processing. So like they get the data, they read and retrieve the data in the natural language. Like we can talk to them as a natural person, and they will respond.
Yeah,
So, Aman, what is your view on this?
yeah. So I can start with the beginning. So I have I'm a tech enthusiast. So basically, I keep on looking for all the new technologies or whatever new things is coming over the industry and over the IT world. So from last 10 years over the industry and 5 years in the 4 5 years in the college. So AI is something that we cannot ignore. So there are multiple things that came into the market. If I remember, like automation came there. So there are multiple things that came, and all things cause some kind of fear over the industry. Like it can cause job loss, or it is a major change. So being in IT, it's like a continuous learning process and continuous development. But so AI is something that is a big change. It is that no industry like apart from the IT industry, other industries cannot ignore it. It is something. It is a major change, and it would have really a bigger impact, and we cannot ignore it. So maybe earlier. one might can compare AI with basic automation or machine learning, but AI is something like it's an autonomous decision making. That decision making
Correct.
earlier we humans have kept it to ourselves, but now AI has such a power to take the decision almost as equivalent to a human. So it can learn even the emotions also. So a lot of things are changing, and so we will discuss on it. Yes.
Yeah.
So I guess
So,
as you is the chat GPT.
let's hear from the business perspective. So,
Mhm.
Rishabh, being working in a business like logistics domain and in this area, let's hear what is the
Yeah.
buzzword from AI
Okay.
you are hearing about this.
So yeah, Ankur, as you said that it is generative AI. So the thing is that it is called generative AI because whatever we do, whatever we ask the AI to do, any AI tool, including ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, they basically generate the result instantly. So they have to generate it from all the data sets they have already for on which they are trained. So that's one thing that it is called generative AI. And if we talk about Chat GPT, then GPT full form is generative pre-trained transformers. So basically, they were trained, and transformers is like engine. So I think let's first we can discuss how it all started. Means because in this podcast today, we will try to make our audience understand that what is AI, and actually to means they should have a bird's eye view what is AI. So how it is started, maybe it is being said that from very beginning that even if we talk about civilizations many hundred years back, there were philosophers used to think that can machines think. They used to think like this, that can machines think and can machines also do the activity on their own without any intervention of human beings. So it was all in the theory, means all in the imagination or dreams, but it never came to scientific textbook that how it can start. The first concrete scientific experiment was done means in a concrete way was by Alan Turing, who is known as the father of computers. So basically, he was the person who, during the World War II time, 1940s, he basically decoded the German this the secret messages, and it was very complicated. So there were almost millions of analysis to be done. So that was the foundation of the computers. But Alan Turing was way ahead of his time, and he basically conceptualized that can computers think like human beings. So he basically started with this concept. He didn't coin this term artificial intelligence. It was first coined in 1960 around by Dartmouth College, some scientist. But it is a very famous test Alan Turing put. This is called as Turing test, in which he said that if a machine can interact you, means for example, there are three people in the room, and one person is interrogator, and one person is human being, and the third person is machine. But they cannot see each other. Maybe they just talk with each other, but they cannot see for obvious reasons. Then it will be known that it is machine. So if the machine is talking to the human being, an interrogator, that whatever he is asking, and machine is replying in a very casual manner, that as a human being, and interrogator cannot differentiate between the person in the room and the machine, then it passes the Turing test. So for the first time in history, we are actually very near to passing the Turing test, means this machine AI. And how it all started, I think maybe you are aware of this, that before earlier, whenever we used to talk to the computers, we used to talk in a programming language. So we have Java, we have C++, we have Python. So whenever you talk to the computer, you give some chain of commands in a programming language. So was not possible for everyone to deal with computers. It was only people like you who are into software industry. They were making the computer programs, and something that based on this, a normal human being can based through that program, they can deal with the computers, but not directly. For the first time, this introduction of ChatGPT and the AI, basically it was based on NLP, natural language processing. So you were started able to talk to the computer directly in your language. Means let's suppose English. So you started giving the command to the computer directly, and it is for the first time it has happened. So before this, ChatGPT 1 was introduced, 2 was introduced, and 3 was introduced. But after the introduction of 3.5, basically all the public started talking to the computer directly, means through to the ChatGPT. So the first ChatGPT 1 was also restricted to only to the programmers, and it was basically trained on the some 17 million or 10 million data sets. So they are called parameters. So basically, they took lots of books and websites and they trained those transformers, and it was ChatGPT 1. Then ChatGPT 2 was started. So ChatGPT 1 didn't show the much logic, but it was able to write some essays. But then they trained the ChatGPT 2 on 1.5 billion parameters. So that was ChatGPT 2, and it started showing logic. And then they basically again experimented and they trained the ChatGPT 3 with 175 billion parameters. So it's almost 1,000 times. So that kind of technology, then ChatGPT 3 was able to remember what we are talking. It was able to create the logic. It was able to uh, uh, see the reasoning. So all this started after the ChatGPT 3 or 3.5. So 3.5 was the first in which it was mass level AI adoption in the, if we say, and it came around to the 2022.
Yes.
So
From
all
that
this,
only, yeah, yeah. Carry on. From 3.5 only general public is able to access
yes,
ChatGPT,
yes.
and it is
And when
actually
it came on app also, means they started the app also. So people were able to just, it is a pioneer company. So there are many uh, AI tools which include Gemini, Claude, and Copilot, and even now X has started Grok, and then there are some smaller companies also. But if we see, ChatGPT was pioneer. So 3.5 we started in 2022 November somewhere around. So basically only 3 years back. And now the thing is that how it all started. So it was basically based on the engine, which is called transformer. So as we when we drive a car, it is driven by engine. So the theme behind this large language models, which is based on machine learning and natural language processing, they were basically having this thing in that they were designed on the transformer, and transformer research paper was done by Google scientists in 2017, and it is a very famous research paper which is considered to be among the world's top 10 research papers. It was attention is all you need. That was the title of the research paper. So basically it was talked about lateral thinking. So as I also said in many of my previous discussions, that if we think in a lateral thinking fashion, then basically we do the things in a much more broader vision. So people do linear thinking, and machines were also trained like linear thinking. And when they read the sentence, they read sentence one by one letter each time or one word each
Right.
time.
Yeah.
But the lateral thinking is that you see the sentence at one go. So when we prepared for CAT for a long back, I give the example in IIMS also. When we do the case studies, we have this thing that we have been told to that you can, the reading power is quite large, and we read the sentence in one go. Means just we capture the sentence in by the eyesight and we just read it. So we don't go word by word. So that was the transformer thing architecture. And I think it's a proud thing that one of the Indian was also there in that research paper. So that was the thing. So 2017 it was started, and based on that architecture, transformers were designed, and all these Google Gemini and which was initially BART and Llama and this Claude and ChatGPT, all these transformers are designed on this. So it all started from there, and now it is evolving massively. So the thing is that how this explosion happened means technology explosion, because I think that for this humankind has gone to a tectonic shift with the invention of AI, and I would consider it as equivalent to the invention of electricity or something like that. That it has changed the lives.
Uh,
So there, yeah.
Yeah, it is actually changing the life. Like it will
Mm.
change like in next 5, 10 years, it will actually change the life. But if we talk from the individual perspective, two things. One is should we worry about the job? Like, is this true? Saying that whether AI can take the jobs. What do
Yes.
your view on this and why?
Change the
Aman,
job is not the correct word, but it will change the job. Uh, Maybe in many industries, the employees and need to work as with the AI also. There is a
Yeah,
tool called co-pilot.
you can
So you are the pilot, but you are having a co-pilot. So you can use AI in hand that can
just
enhance your capabilities. As per me, my understanding, yeah, it will change the job industry and not exactly taking the jobs. And the employees need to be more well versed with the AI tools also, so they can use the AI to enhance their productivity and accordingly move forward. This is like my take in this. Uh,
yeah.
okay.
So I
So
can
this
also
is
add here. I can
mhm.
also add here. So I think first of all, AI will impact job industry a lot. It will create new jobs. It will eliminate some kind of jobs which are repetitive, which can be replaced by automation. So probably people who are into any kind of job which can be replaced, means which can be replaced with automation, that probably AI can take. But you will have a new kind of jobs. You will get into something more, and your productivity, as Aman said, will increase a lot because you have a digital assistant, and it is not only one assistant. You can have 10 assistants. So every assistant you can keep with each different models. But you need to basically take use of them. So that capability you need to develop, that skill set. But because AI has huge data processing power. For example, if you're a lawyer or if you're a doctor, healthcare, or even if you're a teacher, you can just whatever you were doing earlier, you can do it 5 times or 10 times better. That kind of speed you will get. So the thing is that you can do things smartly. You will save time, and then you will do much better job in that field. So that is a good part. If you are in some replaceable job, maybe you can just look into something to increase your skill set, and you can move in the value chain. So that is there.
So currently, what is happening is manually, if that is happening, one work is happening in 2 days, AI can do that in maybe 1 minute. And what
Not
is
1 minute, but you will have to do lots of
yeah?
discussion with AI
So,
also.
it
so
cannot
what I'm trying
also,
to say is,
yeah, can
so what I'm yes, so what I'm trying to say is, AI will actually increase the efficiency of every individual. Although what will happen is there was some rumor or someone was mentioning AI can also one person is there and he in his company there is only AI. Based on his AI he is running the company. Every job from the engineering to management to PM level, everything it has been outsourced via AI. All the agents are there who are working on behalf of humans actually. So it
agents
in
are having
theory,
the
it seems like it's can it happen everyone one person who is the owner is there and that owner is controlling by AI every damn jobs is being replaced by AI. Can it happen? Can you think that scenario?
Aman.
well, it can. It is currently an hypothetical situation, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, it is good to be. So it can happen, but not practically, I guess.
yeah. Not practical.
So it cannot be like if you consider it like there is one CEO of the company and all computers everywhere, and he's handling everything. So the world won't be like a place like this in which we are, because
So
humans
I
are
think.
there and we cannot
Hmm,
remove the humans from the world. So
hmm.
So it will initiate a World War Four, World War Three, and one or
it is would be
maybe
like
two
a
World
man
War at
versus
a time.
machine kind of war, I guess. What will all the humans do if everything is done by the machine? So it is like
Hmm.
some science fiction movie, like where you are having a computer versus humans and having some war. So
Even before the coming of this computers, also this was the thing that every time people used to say computers are coming and people will get replaced. And I think that has not happened
same
at
was
least. In
with the
last 20 years,
typewriter.
there is a big IT industry now, which is giving lots of jobs.
The same was with the
Right.
typewriter, I guess, when typewriter was introduced. So with every change, there are
Some
bad
fears and
sides,
some opportunities.
but yeah. So it won't be like this, like a one CEO and all AI agents working in a company. But yes, as Rishabh said, it would be surely all the replaceable jobs can remove. So and employees need to definitely increase their skill sets and maybe make as per the AI industry, or like they need to work with a co-pilot. Like they are having one, two, three, maybe 10 co-pilots, and they need to know how to handle the co-pilots, how to instruct them, and get their work done more efficiently.
I have one view in this actually. It seems like it is very easy to have all the co-pilots around you, and that co-pilot can help you as a real human being, or better than a human being. But what really happens is like for this generation, for example, we know the manual thing, and we would be knowing the Gen AI thing also, which is a robot. Like for example, if you have not read any book, if you have not read the book, you can just read the summary. You will have a knowledge of that summary. You will not have the knowledge of the whole book. But if you have not read the summary, if you have not read the book, and if just someone tell you about something about the book, you will just believe your belief will be on only on that percentage. Like on that basis only, you would be speaking about that book. So what will happen is like in future, what if AI will be given more power, and upcoming generations will not even do coding. They will not learn coding because everything is being done by AI. Why will they learn coding? They will try to learn AI only, na? So because they just need a AI to be operated, like how they whatever they want, they can get it. So there was a theory like earlier, like when we right now, like a lot of quick commerce and everything is coming in, so people don't go out and buy things. So earlier, the what people were doing the exercise thing, now they are not doing that. So likewise, whatever, if everything is being given to AI, people will forget the core things. They will forget talking. Like their education will be actually a toss in that way. People will not be able to think. Their thinking power might get depleted because our generation knows like what is the, because while studying manually, even when we are talking digitally, there is a very good way of talking. Like when we are reading newspaper in paper, so there is a difference between when we are reading by newspaper and when we are reading anything by digitally. There is a difference. So if everything is happening autonomously, then there is a side effect. So people will talk about side effects then.
Yeah. I think there is a lot of angle to this logic because I before a calculator came, people used
Yeah,
to do all the calculation by
calculating.
means by pen and paper. But when
Right.
calculator came, then people started using calculator. So what's the big deal? Business is running before also. Business is running
Now we
after
don't know
also.
the phone numbers. Now, do you remember like 10
So,
or
but
5 or 10 phone
why
numbers?
means that is okay? I think because you are going up in
It
the value chain.
Yeah, it seems to be okay currently, but when you are not trying to memorize, your memory powers is not getting that exercise. So it's not about
Mm-hmm.
phone number. It's about thing like when for anything. For example, before AI, there was a big revolution of Google. Before Google, what how would people were doing? Like people were actually reading the books for getting anything. If they get into query in coding or anything, they were actually doing the research. Encyclopedia was very common that
Mm-hmm.
time. But
Yes,
after Google,
encyclopedia
encyclopedia
books were there and
books
dictionary
were
was
there.
also there.
Dictionary was
Dictionary.
also there. Now for everything we are using Google. So if
Yes.
Google,
So that is the
for
thing, na? That is the thing that as technology comes, you start something becomes redundant, and you start getting ahead in the some another thing. So you start
right.
focusing on some bigger things.
So there is a side effect. For example, if there is a collapse or internet is not working, for example, you are totally dumb because we have not seen the encyclopedia. For example, now from last 10 years, I don't think our new generation have seen even encyclopedia or maybe heard about encyclopedia. They,
I have I agree with Ankur in this point. Rishabh, you can also agree if you relate with the thing. As I know, like you are a vivid book reader, you try to read the book. So there is a book you read it. So there can be multiple perspective of the book that you can conclude after reading it. Maybe you have a different perspective. Author wants some other perspective. Other person third me Ankush can have some different perspective also. So it is like after doing the complete exercise you are having the ability to conclude it with your way. But if someone just tells you a summary of the book, so you know the answer, you know the answer is abcd or something, but you don't have the capability to derive the summary, derive the answer. So, with the invent of these technologies, one will losing the capability to
Mhm.
analyze it or answer it because so with the calculator you are totally I agree what the big use if you don't need
when
to
your brain is not
multiple.
doing exercise,
But your brain is now losing the thinking. Maybe in Vedic maths, difficult to difficult calculation can be done. But now I and you who don't know the Vedic maths won't able to handle that. We will use a calculator. So our brain is not going to evolve with this, I guess. Yeah, some
I
Yes.
part
think
in this.
I think this podcast would need multiple chapters. Actually, it's a
Yeah.
very big
No,
topic.
no.
We cannot
So it's
cover
I
everything.
think
Huh.
one of the point which you said that we stop doing all those things which basically give us a kind of training. Means earlier when before calculator people used to be very good in calculation by mind. Means you can just do the calculation within your mind also. Complicated addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. But after the invention of calculator, people just started forgetting those kind of skills. So this is probably you can say that as technology comes, we just switch to the new kind of environment. So with the advent of AI, we are now switching to more new kind of environment, and that's why it is very important that we need to adapt to the change.
Yeah, we should adapt to the change, but the point is we should also try to find out and we should be aware about the side effects of it. And we should at least try to mitigate and minimize their side effects. Like controlling excess of everything is might be wrong. So from that point of view, just trying to get that point of view as well, which we can think of like we are using it. It is right now in very nascent stage. So we can start learning about AI. So there's one good thing about AI is like when we are actually trying to understand AI and try to learn the AI. For everything else, we have a competition like maybe very good percentage of people are there who are more expert than us. Maybe they would be learning that maybe 10 years or from last 10 years. So they will always be expert. But in AI, people will not cannot be more expert because everyone is aware about it like from last 2 years, I guess, 1 or 2 years, people are aware about this. So for everyone, it is new. So right now, talking about it, like saying that it has a very good potential, it is good. Saying that it has a very big risk, that is also correct. We need to be aware about it. We need to do more research on that area. How will it impact positively and negatively both, so that we can be prepared about it and we can actually get that things aware about the future generations also. Like who would be actually maybe not aware about whatever AI is currently doing it, and maybe whatever it is actually how the what is actually getting changed from the AI. So all the old versions, they might not be aware about that. So that's what I'm just trying to summarize and uh, give that just like what is the plus and minus point of
So
that
say
AI
right
technology.
now it is a narrow AI which we have achieved. This
It
GPT
is just
and
a part
Gemini
of that
is
AI.
narrow AI, and
It is a
then
chat
there is
GPT
AGI. So AGI
agent.
is a general AI
AI
which is
agent.
considered to be equal to human being.
Okay.
So that is being said that maybe it is down the line. It is not still timeline is not predicted. Maybe it can be as early as 5 years, or maybe it can take 15, 20 years. That AGI capabilities, and then there is a talks about that there will be super AI, which will actually surpass the human abilities, human mind. So that is a red zone actually. That is a risky zone.
Right. So they will control the human like
Yeah, maybe because still that high level talks are like this that even Godfather of AI who invented all this, there are to a few people who have been given the name of Godfather of AI, means they worked with Google and IBM from the very early stage. So they have highlighted the dangers of AI in the later stage because if something for the first time in the history of humankind, something is coming which can think more than us, which can and that can be dangerous because it will start thinking of its own, and it can create something of its own which can be a bit dangerous.
Maybe it can replace the CEO in this example.
CEO is a small thing. Just don't focus on jobs and all. We are talking about
No.
humankind.
I use the example like a CEO of a company where everyone else is a agent, and when agent is overpowered, then why will he have agent will have a CEO? The agent will replace the CEO with them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
that's
think
what AI
in
was
some
about.
movies they have started some risk. Earlier, what I remember, this movie Terminator. That I think was very clear, looking in the future that
I
how
think
robots, how.
it's already 45 minutes. I'll
Okay,
just
we
uh,
will
can
we
have
will
a new chapter.
5-10 minutes in 5-10 minutes we will wrap up. So I think in the movie, if we talk about Terminator, that was one of the very interesting movie that how machines overtook human beings, and how there were robots which were basically doing everything on their own, being controlled by some supercomputer in the future, and they were basically hunting down the human beings. And there were in that also it was like this Model T90, Model 95, and every model was way ahead than the previous model. So that was a very interesting movie that which showcased the dangers of AI. But I think now, right now it's too early to predict all these things.
Right.
Yes,
Currently,
Aman.
yeah. Currently, it's too early. I agree, but yes, there can be danger.
Yeah. So I think maybe
It
we
is a
will have
fiction
to
as of
continue.
now.
Hmm?
It is a fiction as of now.
Yeah. I think right now there are lots of positive things we will have to look at because this is going to be a game changer. It is a really very powerful tool. Just look at
I
it.
have personally used it multiple times, and it helped me at multiple places.
Yes,
Professionally, also, I have used over my work, and it has actually helped a lot and increased the productivity at multiple.
yes. I have heard that this Google, OpenAI, and even Apple, they are working on some kind of glasses, means this spectacles, and it will have some kind of camera and AI. It will be linked with internet and directly with the ChatGPT or any AI tool, and whatever you are looking at. So if you are looking at your computer screen, it will guide you that okay, this is the you can do like this. And if you are in the way, then it can guide you. Anything, even in the shopping also, it can guide you everywhere. Means the thing you are looking at, it will guide you.
Yeah, you don't need to have a phone or computer, mobile
Yes,
computer to use ChatGPT or any AI tool. It will move along with your eyes and help you
yes.
make the decision.
So it is going to evolve very fast, and it is going to be very much. It's a very powerful tool. I think it will create lots of difference in the lifestyle in the coming days. How we are looking at the things.
Right. Yeah. So this is actually for AI, it is there. There are a lot of positive things, negative things both. Yeah, we can focus on the positive things, and we can keep learning, and we should be doing that research. So learn more on this area. So any
Yes.
concluding comments from your side?
I think let's connect again and we will speak on more AI tools which are available these days and how they can assist us in our daily lives. Because there are many tools which are coming, which are basically very specific tools and they have large applications means even in a very small different segments like 11 labs is there, then I think Murph is there, and Fathom is there, and Gamma is there for PowerPoint creation. So we will talk about all. Sometime we will connect and talk about
Yeah,
those tools.
right, right. Okay, it's good. Any comments? Any closing comments from you, Aman?
So it is more today's session is more like an introductory. What is AI and how things are there, how it can help and how it not. So yeah, we will have a next round with
Yeah, we can have a
more on the
next
technical
interview.
side. More on the technical side.
Okay, okay. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
a
you.
very good discussion. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, good day.